Ted. 360-degree bolt.com, sign perfection. Frankenstein Racing, Ted Sagidis at the helm, 680 cubic inches stuffed into the Sprint Tech hull. Brand new package in 666. Teddy, that's the second time going up this front straight in commentary. He's easing off going into that right-hander. So wondering if that is a ploy or he just hasn't got his head around that part of the track just yet.
Oh, I thought the same, KB. He's very beautiful out of there. Beautiful exit out of that hairpin. That hooked up nicely, but he's certainly saving. He's cutting a bit of time up there. So maybe he brings it out later on. Maybe he doesn't know he's doing it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to have a chat to him during the lunch break, as we like to get down there and have a chat to our drivers and quick chats and see what's going on and see if we can remember it after lunch break. Well, but Teddy, a little bit knifey through there.
Yeah, a little bit of a knife finish. Really good effort. I mean, what he did, 52.293. So he'll be very happy. He's still going down, Teddy. Teddy tight top Sagigas. He's really starting to haul.
Well, I'll tell you, the tight top, that's a very accurate acronym there as well. And I'll tell you, it's interesting that Ted is squaring off a couple of these corners and squaring off this front straight here, this sweeping front straight both ways. So he's got to tidy that up and smooth it out.
There's a couple of seconds he's got up his sleeve there, so you know, I think I'm impressed with Ted's boat. I think he's driving really well, but you're right. There's a couple of turns for him to work on. There's an easy 2 seconds left.
Now Rex Bryant in the white pointer machine, the 410 cubic inch sprint car engine in this particular vessel. Now Rex Bryant won a few New Zealand championships over the journey.
Oh, Rexy, mate, he's always been a hard charger. Bit of a scondour when things don't go well his way, but but it's good. Normally those hard charges are a little bit rough. You can let rip, but in the raw, watch him go. Here he goes.
Yeah, the gnashing shark teeth on the bow of this boat. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the big red M on all of these methanol sucking monsters. That does denote to our safety crew that they are running a methanol fuel. And Rex Bryant out of that shoot orgy, I'll tell you, I thought he was getting a little bit deep into the nut up the top of it. Amanda Kiddo doing the navigational duties.
Yeah, I thought the same, KB. I thought he was he got a bit ginger on the top of the track. He charged a bit harder early on the day, but but certainly he's going to come home strong in the second half.
I'll tell you, this 410 sprint car engine in it is hooking really nicely up with the Group A blades that he has in that jet unit, and it just shoots it out. That 410 really got the boogie to get him out of trouble.
Yeah, I think the rotation suits him well and truly. Like you say, he's down on a lot of horses, some of these big boss boys, but Rexy being a hard charger and a great peddler, he's certainly got the combination working nice.
Yeah, look, and when you've spent a few years away from the sport, it takes a little bit to get back into it. We'll expect to see some big things from Rex Bryant. That's a good time at a 52.424.
Well, there you go. Just a touch behind Big Teddy. Only 0.1, I think 1.12 of a second behind Teddy Segedis. So, look, this is really good. I think it's going to be tightened up here in the supers as well.
Yeah, look, and of course the big news, a couple of big stories coming out of the Superboat class. Of course, Dave Simmons and John Verry set themselves on fire, got a little bit hot in the pants, and that'll be the end of them for the day, we would expect. And of course, Peter Coey spat it out during qualifying 2. So plenty going on in qualifying 3 now as we see Pip and Poppy, Pip Thompson, Megan Brodie in 0800 My Engine, boat number 20, the 6.2-litre LSA engine with a Pro Charger, and these girls are looking good. All just a little bit tight on the right hander there.
Bit of a rotation.
She's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, she's tidied up there, KB. She's got back on track now by the look of it, so we're away again. She'll be disappointed with that. She went in nice and hard charge out of the pits, trying to get a good one down for qual 3, but that would have rattled her. It won't knock her out, but it would have rattled her.
Yeah, absolutely. That's well, just a little bit tight around there. A little bit untidy at this lap, as we would expect. Once you get the rotation wrong, all of a sudden you start second-guessing yourself. And when you're second-guessing yourself in a high performance, well, they're a high-performance thoroughbred, really, with a lot more horsepower, it starts getting pretty hard to chase it back again.
Another one with a big windshield wash, I noticed just then on that hairpin, got a fair drenching. So some of these boats are amazing. They're knifing down, getting absolutely drenched coming out of that hairpin.
So what would be the way to prevent that, Leighton?
It's the way that they're going to enter the corner. They're going in a bit. There's a good finish, nice tight finish there. 104, it will be disappointing doing that extra lap, but she's finished with an effort, 104.63. Yeah, they're just the way
6-3, yeah.
they're entering that hairpin, KV. If you're going a bit tight, you tend to bury the front of the boat, the nose down. If you see these other guys, Coe, Sam, some of the boys in Group A, Big Deal, Marshall, they will all go a bit wider and try and drift out. It looks like they're going to hit the tyres, but they're getting no wash, and they're getting big drive out of there.
Righto, so it's the guys coming in, easing off into it, then just sort of pumping into it, turning too tight, just ducking the nose of the boat in, and that's causing a few problems. Oh, here we go. This is sounding interesting, and I tell you what, that's Baden Gray, and well, Darren Todd, the specialist out there at the moment, and wow, that thing was just hopping and pumping. I dare say this has got a launch control on it.
It's exactly what it is, Katie. These twin turbos, they wind up his launch controls, so when you hear it popping and banging, nice out of there, Baden. That was a tidy little line. These are a real little pocket rocket, but they can build the revs up to about 4,000 revs before they leave a line, which launches the boat. That's what it is. That's what he's done. Nice out of there, no wash.
Gee, I tell you, this boat is beautifully hooked up. He just eased onto that throttle out of that hairpin. We've seen a lot of guys just stab at the throttle, spins the wheels, makes the impellers just sort of spin and aerate the water coming out of it, which means you've got no propulsion forward. This boat is hooked up beautifully at the moment.
Quite a gentle drive as he brings it home. Wow, 52.785, sorry, 52.785. So there you go, Baden Gray into P3. That was a good run. We've got 3 boats at 52.
Yeah, look, Baden will be really happy with that. It's only the second run, and of course, in our first round down at Wanaka over a month ago, or nearly 2 months ago, isn't it? Yeah. Baden came out, a little bit of trouble with the catch fence, all that type of thing, and that really rattled him. So this is his first proper hit out in this brand new package.
Fair knocked him in. Here you go, the big hunter. Here she comes, the Mina Machina. And he's, oh, he got a bit of a problem, Marilyn. Hasn't put his hand up, Richard. Normally he'll put his hand up, but he's...
Now he's winding it up. He's tricking us. Oh, this machine just thumps. The hills are alive with the sound of horsepower. Oh, Richard Murray. Gee, I tell you what, he was doing a bit of sheeping up the start line there. Yeah, oh, he's gone the wrong way. He's confused himself.
Yeah, it was certainly hasn't been the greatest run for him here. He's stalled it coming up to the start line and managed to refire it, but I think he had just a little birdie in the back of his head sort of saying, hey, have I got fuel there, have I not got fuel there? And these big beasts, I mean, they're using 30 litres of fuel, 30 litres of methanol every time they go out and do a run. That's a lot of fuel, but once you've got that in the back of your mind that it's possibly not there, generally you just end up on the bank or in the catch fence like we said earlier. So I think he did a wise run there. Yep. That's second guessing when you come off the line, so probably better just to wash that away. He'll be back later in the day.
Yep, 60.420. And look, when you're using that much methanol, as you said, 30 litres per run in that particular vessel. Now, I do recall that years ago we had the Suzuki guys on board, and they said a Suzuki Swift will use the same amount of fuel from Wanganui to Auckland.
Correct.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, we're only talking 52 seconds to use 30 litres of fuel, so it's a lot of fuel going through. And it doesn't take much to flood up when you're poking that much fuel through in that short amount of time. So that's what Richard was doing there. He was a bit of a second guess. Here we go, Kevy.
Kevin Roberts in the Nissan Twin Turbo. Of course, his daughter Claire sitting in alongside him. The former owner of Stinger Boats moved. He's gone the wrong way.
Oh, no. Kevin had a problem. He's up here getting a new transponder just before. He a little bit rattled. His transponder hasn't worked the first 2 runs he's been out. He actually did get a correct rotation with the first 2 runs, but this time around, he thinks he's got himself back online, but we've still got a hand up here. So it's not looking too good for Kevy, the heavy.
Straight up. No, he's gone the wrong way again. So he needs to come down the bottom of the track, go all the way up to the top of the track. So, look, those transponder issues, it's those little niggles that you've got to sort out, which means you're taking your eye off the ball. Your mind's not completely on the game, and what we're seeing out there with Kevin Roberts is a result of those little niggles.
He's just having a little dance on the water at the moment. The old Foxton Flyer, he's not going to really bring home a good time today, but good on him. He's out there pedaling around, and he probably just needs to come back with a fresh head, fresh set of heels after lunch, settle down and get one on the board.
Yeah, look, the one thing about Kevin, he's certainly picking up the pace, regardless of that being a DNF. So that'd be very, very disappointing for the father and daughter team. And this is one great thing about jet sprinting is you can get your father, your son, your daughter, whatever it might be. As we go to Team NZ Riverjet, don't forget to get onto the NZ Riverjet Facebook page there and post a comment, and the Riverjet team headed by Nick Berryman will let you know at the end of the day who is the winner of a special edition World Series T-shirt XL.
Nick Berryman in the Riverjet, Whipple charged, supercharged, methanol munching monster. Listen to this puppy roar. This is screaming. This is the sort of noise that you come to listen to, and he won't leave anything left.
Oh, I tell you, I was about to say exactly the same thing. This bloody rumble we're feeling in the commentary tower, the noise, the adrenaline. Tell you, Ironmonger, the navigator, highly experienced. What a line through there by Nick Berryman.
That's what I was talking about, KV. Not one drop, no wash. He did a beautiful job out of there.
That is an incredible drive. Nick Berryman topped the time sheets in Q1, was second in Q2. He's going to be right near the top in Q3.
Oh, that was a cracker. 49.583. Well done.
Oh, Nick Berryman, what a drive. And we've still got plenty more racing. We are nowhere near finals.
No, mate. No, Nick is really driving the pants off this thing this year. He's only been out twice this season. He finished last season on a hell of a high, but he's just got balls like the Niagara Falls. He just keeps coming out. So
yeah.
Good on him, mate.
Well, that's right. Aaron Hansen will be up next. The interesting thing about Nick Berryman during last season, he was always in a podium position as far as the championship went. Couldn't make the final round. So I think had he been driving the way he had been driving all last season, we would have seen him on the podium for the overall championship. But again, the way that we're seeing him drive here this year, and particularly today, is phenomenal.
Rusty one. Aaron's been a bit tender earlier on in the year, but he's certainly, well, today actually, but he's certainly lifting it here. He's coming a bit harder there, Cavey, a little bit faster.
Yeah, he's certainly throwing a little bit more into this one. It was, as you said, very tentative during the earlier rounds, but now into Q3, this is starting to get to the business end of the day. We hope to get 5 qualifying runs in, but given that we've had a number of off-track incidents, particularly with the likes of Dave Simmons and John Berry catching on fire, and the Rygo boat of Stewie Latham and James Hayden, a big crash. It's taken time out of the day. So Q3 and Q4 are going to be all about getting it right if you want to make the final time. Aaron a little bit untidy through that left-right combination.
Yeah, it cost him a little bit. Great hairpin, but yeah, it cost him a little bit down into the south end of the track. Coming home now, finish 52.82.
Into P5.
There you go, another one in the 52s. The old club's growing. We've got a 49 and we now have 4 52s. So it is very, very tight at the top.
It's just amazing. In years gone by, we've seen 1 or 2 super boats up to, 2-3 seconds quicker than the rest of the field. But, geez, they're all starting to all pull back now. So racing just getting better and better.
Scotty Donald, the Wairarapa farmer. He can pedal hard. He goes really well. Good boat. Old Hummertime boat's a real old favourite of mine, this old boat. So one of my first boats I started in, for one of the first cups I ever got was in this boat. So great to see him out there. Let's hope he gets up at this time round.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicole Reesby doing the navigational duties, boat number 81. Wicked and wild. So this boat straight up into the top part of the course. Scotty Donald out there a lot more confidently this time than we have seen him in the previous 2 qualifying rounds. This is about the time of the day when he starts working on it.
Yeah, he's looking really, really tasty. He's actually hooking up. He's obviously chasing Aaron Hansen down. Maybe he saw or heard how well Aaron went there, but he's certainly driving a lot harsher this time round, Scotty. This is good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, very wide line out there, but geez, didn't that acquit him beautifully. Great transition out of that hairpin. He's gained time there.
Mate, if he nails the southern end of the course here, this is where Aaron made a bit of a mistake. Yeah, beautiful out of there too. Here we go. Can Scotty Donald break the 52?
Yeah, I think we will see that. Just get it home safely there, Scott. Nice time of the day to be moving up the leaderboard. Scott Donald into P3 with a 52.333. Geez, I tell you, now it is starting to get interesting.
Mate, we're only at Q3 and these guys are charging hard. We've still got 2 more to go before the limbs, and obviously we take the top 9 boats, but at this stage we're going to have top 8 in the 52s and 149. This is incredible.
Yeah, with still the likes of Sam Newdick, Rob Coley, Peter Coey, and Blake Bryant still to come. So, wow, this is tighter in the super boats than we've seen in a long, long time.
Absolutely. Here comes Sir Rob III making his way out in the old Mouthfresh Monster. Let's see what he can do in the big 705. And the birthday boy, Ruben's just arrived.
Happy birthday, Ruben.
Thanks, KB.
Well, that's enough from you.
Righto. The green monster. Rob Mad Dog Coley looking good, smooth as. Lovely entry, a little bit of throttle problem there. Might have cost him a touch. But he's not scared of it. Notice how he's charging a bit harder than Teddy there.
Oh, absolutely. Realises that a bit of a hesitation there. He was thinking about where he needed to go. You come down this part of the course the second time and you've got to go the left-right combination. He got a little bit lost as to where he was. Not bad in and out of that hairpin. He lost a little bit of time, eased it down, but the smoothness out of there meant that the momentum was carrying on. He really thought he was going a little bit early. Just that slight hesitation. Not so that time. He's in the run for home now.
Yeah, he's obviously had that blade problem earlier on in the day. He's got that sorted, but nice bring home. Good way to come home, a 51.989. Well, there you go.
Wow, puts himself into P2 and 1.4 seconds slower than Nick Berryman, but great to see Rob Coley at the pointy end of the field.
Well, who would have picked that? I mean, he pulled out of 3 major foot pulls there while he's out on track, and he lost probably a good second and a half. So I think if he just had that mindset of getting in there a bit charger, it's going to be tight. He's going to easily be a 49 club.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. The interesting one now with Blake Bryant and Kate Hugerbrug in the Bars Bugs machine. Of course, Bars Bugs, the green Bars Bugs colours, which does look absolutely sensational. These guys, their last run looked very, very smooth. The time was pretty good. I reckon we'll see Blake just squeeze down on Rob Coley here.
Yeah, Blake's quite the professional. He's another tinkerer in the shed. Spends many, many hours searching for 1/100th of a second. It might just be a blade or a nozzle, but a very, very good driver.
Well, of course, his father, Peter Bryant, is a well-accomplished driver, and I tell you what, the apple certainly doesn't fall too far from the tree, but Blake Bryant is his own man, and he's doing such a wonderful job out there at the moment.
Oh, beautiful out of there. There you go. That's how you get out of a hairpin, guys. This will be super quick and super slick. Kate and Blake, they got engaged only 2 days ago and making this look so easy.
Oh, they really are. And he had a lot of trouble with his Stinger hull during the 2016 season. They have done a lot of work on it. He's working beautifully. Blake Bryant across the line into P2 with a 50.192. Dislodges Rob Coley, but slower than Nick Berryman.
Wow. There you go. Hotting up. I still think there's a little bit left in Blake's too.
Oh, there is plenty more in there. I think our 47 call, or my 47 call earlier in the day might have been a little bit ambitious.
Could have been, but I'll tell you what, a 48's looking great.
Absolutely.
We're already at the 49, so we'll see where it goes. Sam the Man Newdick making his way to the line. This guy, he is super, super cool and calm and collective. He just peels out the times.
Glenn Mason doing the navigational duties here. Of course, Glenn Mason from Gisborne, Sam Newdick, the drainage contractor from Hamilton. And wow, this is looking good. Sam Newdick, a 572 cubic inch Kendrick engine. And wow, isn't this just a beautiful looking run so far?
Oh, look at the way, and listen to the way it's hooking up. He's got the same set of blades as Ollie, and there's just no note change. Watch this hairpin. Absolutely.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
He took the hairpin as quick as the top end of the track. This is going to be a blinder.
This will go below 49 seconds is my call. Now into that final part of the lap, the big up the top, now the sweeping left-hander. It eases out, the level of difficulty gets easier into the finish line.
Oh, beautiful. 48.307. What a drive. Sam
wow.
Newdick.
I'll tell you, the 47s are just there, mate. That is quick time, ladies and gentlemen. 48.307. 1.2 seconds quicker than Nick Berryman in qualifying round 3.
That's right. It is only qualifying 3. There's still more to go, and look what these guys are peeling out. We've got the man himself, Peter Pistol Pump Cowie, just coming out next. Let's see what he can deal out.
Well, I'll tell you what, uncharacteristically, Peter Cowie went wrong way during Q2, parked it up on the beach. You don't see that very often at all. A man with multiple world championships, multiple New Zealand championships. He is professional enough to put that behind him now. He won't be thinking about that at all. He will have worked with his team, worked where it's all gone wrong. But now Sam Newdick is the man of the moment. This is the final boat, ladies and gentlemen, before we go into our lunch break. So the kids that have been lining up down there for nigh on half an hour are ready to go find the Fowler homes to get the toy jet sprint boats.
I think there's 199 sitting there at the gate, and I'm sure there was only 200. We might have to work out a bit of a strategy plan to get these boats to these kids, but never mind. We'll leave that to Fowler. Hopefully someone gets over there and lets them know. Yep. Here comes Pete. He's come off a trailer, guys. This should be mouth-watering. Pete will want to go into the lunch break at P1.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about that. This is a real psychological advantage at this point for Sam Newdick. And, well, Sam Newdick posted a brilliant time last time out, the 49s, the low 49s. Now he's gone into the 48s. Will that psychology push Peter Cowie? Because he's not been used to getting pushed this early in the race day.
Listen to the big 602 shield pump round. Lifted a little there. Sam didn't lift there and there. So maybe, just maybe, Sam the man might be on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a brand new hull that Peter Cowie himself has built out of the Sprint Tech garage down there on the South Island. Sharma Putranui doing the navigational duties. Pete seems to be picking up the game at this part of it. Into the hairpin. Oh, big ease off. Real big ease off. Rubs the tyres on the exit as well.
Yeah, no, that was a massive ease off. He certainly, Sam looks like he's got the oil on him so far.
Yeah, I don't think that Peter Cowie will be bothering Sam Newdick's time at this point, but Peter Cowie, a well-campaigned competitor, he realises this is Q3. With the time will tell. Peter Cowie across the line, got a bit close into P2 with a 49.363. Sam Newdick, a full second quicker than Peter Cowie. Whoa!
Oh, this is going to get better. Pete made me awfully nervous coming into that finish there. He looked like he took a couple of dives, couple of bites on the wheel. I didn't know where he was going to park it up. So, yeah, I think the mind games are going to start. He'll look at the old leaderboard at lunchtime. He'll go back to the trailer and go, well, where did we go wrong? So he's certainly back at the end of the day. He's a hard charger. Sam is a man on the game. Blake's ready to pounce. You've got Sir Rob the third, Coley, who's going to come back. Nick Berryman, who's firing all the shots, and Blake Bryant still sitting with Teddy. Tight top, not far behind.
Yeah, gee, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the lunch break. Get down to the pit and paddock area. It is going to be red hot when we come back from the break. Don't you worry about that. No smoking in the pits, no alcohol. There's plenty of posters down there. The kids making a bolt for Fowler Homes. I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this much activity in the Sydney Fun Run, mate. There is kids bolting down there. I hope most of them understand how to at least spell Fowler Homes, so they've got some indication on where they're going. They have been burning up the grass, no doubt about that. We are going to take the lunch break right now. We will be back very soon with racing.